All right, let's talk about project management. If you've ever been in the driver's seat of a project, you know the feeling. You've got your plan, your budget, your deadline, and you're just trying to keep it all from flying off the rails. Well, today, we're going to break down a really powerful tool that's designed to give you way more control.
So let me start by asking you a question. Imagine your finance team comes to you and says, "Hey, great news! You've spent exactly 50% of your total budget." Does that mean your project is 50% complete? I mean, it sounds like it should, right? The math seems to check out.
But the answer is, well, not even close, necessarily. And this right here is a huge, massive blind spot in so many projects. Just because you've spent half the money doesn't mean you've done half the work. It's a classic trap that can hide some really serious problems until it's way too late to fix them.
This really gets to the core of the problem. On one side, you have what most people look at, how much money we've spent. Simple. But on the other side is what's actually happening. You know, the stuff you don't see in a simple expense report. Are you actually getting your money's worth? And what about the schedule? You could be burning through cash and still be falling further and further behind.
Okay, so there has to be a better way to see what's really going on, right? Well, there is. And luckily, it's a super powerful technique called Earned Value Management, or EVM. You might also hear it called Earned Value Analysis, or EVA. Same thing.
And look, this isn't some trendy new acronym somebody just dreamed up. It's a true industry standard. It's what the pros use to get a real, objective look at how a project is doing, to measure progress, to forecast the future, and to figure out what's going wrong. It's all about getting an honest picture of your project's health.
You know, the best way I've heard it described is like this. Think of EVM as a GPS for your project. A normal expense report, that's just a map of the roads you've already driven on. It tells you where you've been, but EVM is different. It's a GPS that tells you your exact location right now, and it shows you that location relative to where you were supposed to be on your map.
So how does this whole GPS actually work? Well, it's actually much simpler than it sounds. To really get it, we only need to understand three key ideas, three core values. And to make it super clear, we're going to use a really simple example, organizing a little dinner dance concert for a local charity. All right, first up is something called planned value, or PV. This is your roadmap. It's your baseline. PV basically answers the question, okay, according to our original plan, how much work in dollars were we supposed to have finished by this point? So for our charity dinner, maybe the plan said that by week 2, we should have the venue booked and paid for. The PV is the budgeted cost for doing just that.
Next, we have actual cost, or AC. And this one is exactly what it sounds like. It's the easy one. It's just the real hard cash you've actually spent so far. You just add up all the receipts, all the invoices you've paid, the deposit for the hall, the money for the band, the flyers. That's your AC.
And finally, we get to the star of the show. The real key to all of this, earned value, or EV. This is the magic metric. EV measures the value, in terms of your original budget, of the work you have actually finished. So it asks, for all the stuff we've done so far, what did we plan to pay for it? This is the number that brilliantly connects your real-world progress right back to your plan. Okay, let's make this real. Let's plug some numbers into our charity dinner example. So let's say our planned value, our PV, was $1,000. That's the value of the work we plan to have done by now. Our actual cost, AC, is $1,100. Whoops, looks like we've spent a little more than we thought. But, and here's the kicker, our earned value, EV, is only $800. That's the value of the work we've actually completed. Just looking at these numbers, you can already feel that something isn't quite right.
And now, this is where the magic happens. With just those three numbers, PV, AC, and EV, we can finally get objective answers to the two questions that keep every project manager up at night. No more guessing. No more gut feelings. It's time to find out what's really going on.
Question number 1, the one everybody always asks first. Are we on budget? To figure this out with certainty, we're going to calculate something called the cost variance, or CV. The math here is super simple. You just take your earned value and subtract your actual cost. So for our project, that's the $800 of value we've created minus the $1,100 we've actually spent.
and that gives us a cost variance of negative $300. And in the world of EVM, a negative number is always a red flag.
So what's that negative 300 really telling us? It's simple. It means that for the amount of work we've actually gotten done, we've spent $300 more than we had planned to. It's not a vague feeling anymore. It's a clear, hard number. We are definitively over budget.
Okay, so we've got a cost problem. We know that now. But what about the other piece of the puzzle, the schedule? Are we on time? Are we ahead? Or are we slipping behind? To find out, we calculate what's called the schedule variance, or SV.
And again, the formula here is dead simple. It's your earned value minus your planned value. So we take the $800 worth of work we've done and compare it to the $1,000 worth of work we plan to have done by now. That gives us a schedule variance of negative $200. And yep, there's another red flag.
And this is why EVM is such a game changer. We're not just kinda, sorta behind. No, we now know exactly how far behind we are, but measured in dollars. We have completed $200 less work than we were supposed to by this point on our schedule. So now we know, without a doubt, our charity dinner is both over budget and behind schedule.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a little bit of math, but why does it matter so much? It matters because it takes all the guesswork, all the emotions, and all the incomplete data out of the conversation. It replaces all that with cold, hard, objective facts about your project. It's your ultimate early warning system.
So let's just quickly run through what this gives you. It measures your progress objectively. No more opinions. It lets you forecast where you're going to end up, both on cost and time. It gives you that critical early warning when things are just starting to go wrong. And it lets you analyze exactly where the problems are. Is it a budget problem, a schedule problem, or both? It gives you a crystal clear comparison of what you planned versus what you've actually done. It takes the blindfold off.
And you know, this isn't just about making one project manager's life easier. This connects all the way up to the big picture. As this quote points out, when projects go off the rails, it's not just a line item on a spreadsheet. It's valuable company resources being wasted. It's a promise to a customer that isn't being met. EVM is the tool that helps you make sure that never happens.
Because look, at the end of the day, that's what EVM does. It gives you the data. It gives you the cold, hard facts. It's the fire alarm telling you there's a problem. But the data itself doesn't put out the fire. That part, the most important part, is up to you. The numbers tell you what's happening. But the real question is, what are you going to do about it? And that's not just project management, that's leadership.